Sport 24 editor Garen Lamley and chief writer Rob Howing are with us in studio this morning to give us a recap of the big results from the weekend and stories making the sporting headlines. Gents, good morning. It's very good to have you back in the studio. Garen,
Morning,
well done
Nick.
on your Neisner Forest Marathon achievement this weekend.
Thanks very much.
Rob, and I hope you've enjoyed your time away.
Thank you, I
so
did.
Let's get stuck into it. We're going to start with the tennis. Muguruza blowing Venus Williams away, Garen, in the women's final. And then Roger Federer, greatest of all time, as he's being held. Winning his 19th Grand Slam, his 8th Wimbledon title. To be fair, his opponent, Cilic, did have a foot injury and he was in bits, obviously sort of conceding that it was going to be very much a one-sided affair, which it was. But what of Roger Federer's achievement, and what more has he got in the tank?
Yeah, fantastic achievement, as you say, 19 Grand Slams, certainly the greatest male tennis player of all time. He just keeps rolling on and on. You know, he looks as good as he looked 10 years ago, I'd say. Certainly he's already talking about defending his title next year. If he did do so, that would obviously be 9. Why stop at 9 when you can get 10 the year after? So we might well see him at SW19 for a couple of years to come. But, you know, fantastic achievement. The whole fortnight, he pretty much dominated every match he played. You know, hardly looked in trouble at any stage whatsoever. You know, he obviously was helped a little bit, I guess, by Andy Murray, Novak Djokovic, Rafa Nadal, all being knocked out along the way. Marin Cilic, a surprise finalist, although he is a good player on grass. But as you say, he had a blister on his foot that apparently had been developing throughout the tournament. Doctors had been treating it, and I think maybe it was, you know, just caught up with him at the end, even though I don't think he used it as an excuse. He was quite emotional. We saw him in the second set, the set down and 3-0 down, in tears at the changeover. So, you know, it didn't look like it was going to be his day at all. You know, it was a fairly one-sided final. The poor spectators, again, for the men's and women's finals, weren't treated to the best finals. There were certainly better matches throughout the tournament. But, you know, it often does happen like that. You've got one player with tremendous experience, having played at that highest level on centre court many, many times against a player who, you know, who's doing it for the first time. So, you know, it was an expected victory, I guess, by Roger Federer. Certainly looks like he's got many, many more titles, maybe even Grand Slams in the tank. Looking for 20 now. Obviously, that's a nice round number. So, you know, hats off to him. He's done fantastically well. You know, he's the people's favourite. Social media all calling for him to win. Very few supporters of poor Marin Cilic. But, you know, that's the way it is. And then, obviously, like you say, in the ladies' final, Garbine Muguruza, who was actually down two set points in the first set, could have been totally different had Venus Williams converted on one of those two, but then ran off for nine straight games to win fairly comfortably in the end. And you just feel that might have been Venus Williams' last chance. She's actually 37, even older than Roger Federer. You know, her sister pregnant at the moment, so she's off the scene. So the women's game hasn't got the depth, I don't think, that the men's game possesses. You know, you can get one-off winners, I think, all over the show in the ladies' game. But Muguruza looks like the real deal. She's only 23, I believe. You know, she's also looks like she's got a couple of titles in her. She's won on clay, she's won on grass. She's obviously got an all-round game for tennis. So, you know, looks good for her.